Hey you guys, it's me, Tiffany Parker. Welcome into the Livable Forest. And today I am going to talk to you guys all about the Livable Forest vendor markets. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our affiliate program. Anybody who does vendor markets in the city of Houston and you're planning on doing any vendor markets with the Livable Forest, you have just hit a gold mine, because I give out $10 per booking. So what that looks like is when you go and sign up for the affiliate program, which is absolutely free, you would share the link that is generated for your particular account here on the Livable Forest, and you can share that with any vendor that you believe will be very interested in participating in the Livable Forest vendor markets. When they go through your link and they book any market, you get $10 per booking. So that means if they go and book 4 markets, you get $40. Isn't that cool? That's freaking awesome. That's why I created this platform, so we could not just get seen, but also make money and have an income. Really, at the end of the day, this is a revenue sharing platform. I try everything in my power to make sure that not only do businesses get seen in the city of Houston and people can find them, but also everybody who participates in this community gets rewarded in some form or fashion. So definitely go check out the vendor, the affiliate program, look over it, see exactly what it is, sign up, get your link, and start sharing. Now, let's talk about becoming an actual official vendor of the Livable Forest. First things first, you need to create an account with the Livable Forest. Then you need to download the app either for your iOS device or your Android device. You can log into this account with the same login information that you use to set up your account on desktop, or you can just download the app, set it up and register through the app, and you're good to go. Then you would need to join the vendor group. I have a specific group here on the Livable Forest for vendors to put their questions in, upload any content they want to upload. It's a discussion group similar to the ones that you would find on Facebook. The third thing you need to do is make sure you fill out the vendor form. I have vendors who've already filled out the vendor form, so you could definitely skip that part and go straight to booking. And now that I said that, let's go ahead and talk about booth space cost. Okay, let's talk about booth booking. First and foremost, I used to do vendor deals back in the day. I would do the craziest vendor deals where you could get like 24 vendor markets for like $150 or something. So I took all of my experience with that, feedback from my vendors, and I have incorporated into the booking process where you can add on an event for a significant discount. So for example, if you go and you book the Woodlands Boo Fest for $275 for a 10 by 10 spot, you can add on the Boo Fest for Kingwood for $75, which the normal booth space for that is $100. So it's built into the booking process. So we have that going on, and you can add any event. So for example, say you're doing the Woodlands Boo Fest and you pay for you get your $275, okay? Then you scroll down, you can see add-ons. You can add on all the Kingwood markets for $75 each versus paying $100 each. Vice versa. So if you book the Kingwood Boo Fest and you want to add on the Woodlands Boo Fest, instead of paying $275, you will pay $175, and you can add on any additional markets that we're hosting in Kingwood for $75. So that is the significant discount, is to encourage you to book more markets, because once you check out, you cannot go back to get the add-on price. So you would have to know if you want to do that at the time of checkout. Now let's talk about the type of vendors that we are looking for. One, we don't discriminate. We do not deny really anybody who wants to participate, as long as it's appropriate, family friendly, appropriate. So we don't do any adult centered, such as adult sexual toys and things like that. We don't allow not CBD, but THC products or smoke products to be sold at our particular markets. There are other markets that do allow that. I just don't, because most of the markets, actually all of the markets that I host, are literally family, kid centric. So I like to keep things like that out of my market. However, I do not mind having multiple of the same type of product. For example, I may have 4 candle vendors, but because I know I made candles for a very long time and I sold them too. All candle makers, candles are different. So you may have somebody who does soy, you may have somebody who does coconut, and I'm talking about the actual wax, the design, the scents, the way, the vessels that they're being carried in. So I could have multiple candle vendors. I do not discriminate according to, direct sales. So if a paparazzi signs up and another paparazzi woman wants to sign up, I allow them both to sign up because I feel like it's fair game when it comes to vendor markets. I treat my vendor markets like I would treat, like the mall would treat any business, or Walmart would treat any business. Meaning, you go down the bread aisle of Walmart, you see hundreds of different breads, right? Walmart didn't tell Pillsbury they couldn't have their products in there just because they have Toll House, right? They both sell cookies, but clearly there's something different about those businesses. Same thing with my vendor markets. I may have 2 paparazzis or 2 Scentsies, but they're all selling something different at market. They all come with a different style. They all come with different personalities as far as like the actual seller, and they all come with a different following. So I allow multiple of the same vendors. Now, obviously, if I have 25 people who sign up to be who are candle makers, I definitely will cut it down. I will never let it get that crazy. But normally we only have probably like maybe 3 to 4 of the same type-ish businesses that come out to market, but our markets have about 70 to 75 vendors. For the Kingwood markets and for the Woodlands markets, we look to have around between 1 and 200, which was our first one. And then this one that we're hosting coming up in October, we're expecting at least 300 vendors, so you'll be totally fine. Now, I do encourage anybody who's interested in participating in our vendor markets to definitely go check out our vendor information page, which I will link in the description of this video, and go through everything. I have an amazing booth layout that you guys can look at, so you can structure your the design or the layout of your booth according to a 10 by 10 space. So anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you at market.